I don't really have any Christmas mugs, but this Moomin winter mug from 2017 does the job. Today, I wanted to give some advice on being sober over Christmas, or spending Christmas sober. I've spoken about this before on my channel. I don't drink, I never have. And if you're gonna spend Christmas sober for whatever reason, here's some advice. I'm just gonna say this, I have nothing against drinking. I don't think drinking is bad. I'm not judging anyone for drinking. When you're trying to not drink, focus on why it's important for you not to. Because there will be temptations and there will be people that try to get you to drink, and sometimes people try guilting you into drinking. I personally have a very strong friend group, so when I'm with my closest friends, they would never ever try and make me drink, but I have had people make me feel really uncomfortable at parties because they were very rude about me not drinking, and it has nothing to do with them. Keep in mind that you drinking is not gonna, you know, do any good for that person. It's not gonna change their life. If they're having a bad night, they're not having a bad night because you're not drinking. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're not being fun, or that you're ruining the fun, or you're ruining the night because you're not drinking. It's not like when you're drunk, you're super fun, and when you're sober, you're automatically boring. This is a classic example that I always bring up. One time, this was when I was 18, and after the party ended, and at like 6 a.m., I went to go in my car to drive home, and one person questioned me and was like, "Are you gonna drive home? But like, you've been drinking." But obviously I was sober, but they hadn't noticed because I wasn't automatically the party pooper. But if you're not a huge party person, even when you're drinking, like maybe you should just avoid them if you're sober. I personally avoid them at all cost. If I have to go to one of my friends' birthday parties, I will, but I will probably stay like 2 hours and leave. I don't like parties. I don't even like when my friends get drunk. Like I usually leave around like 11, 12 when people get really drunk, and I just go home because I don't like drunk people. Even if it's my friends, I don't like when people act differently, because that actually really scares me about alcohol. It freaks me out how it turns people into kind of different people. Ugh, I don't like it. Also, don't be sad if you have a long conversation with someone and the next day they don't remember it, because it might happen, and just be prepared for it. Something that I didn't do for a very long time is to find something fun to drink. Like, just because you don't drink alcohol doesn't mean that you have to sit at a party and just drink water. I only recently, like a little over a year ago, started drinking wine, and I'm so like, I love drinking wine. I love feeling fancy. I love feeling classy with my wine glass. I'm a minimalist, okay? I don't have a lot of kitchen stuff, but I have wine glasses. I used to drink Capri Suns. Only Capri Suns. I used to bring like a box of Capri Suns to a party, and that's what I would drink. I also would of course drink like energy drinks and stuff because I didn't have the like buzz that alcohol gave me, and I'm not a nighttime person at all. Like all my friends know, like after 10 p.m. I can't even type properly. Like I look drunk literally. But I would just try a lot of different things, and there's a lot of, you know, fun things that you can find in the like non-alcohol section. A lot of the times if I'm drinking that non-alcoholic version of something that my friends are drinking, they'll tell me that mine is actually nicer because it doesn't have the taste of alcohol, because apparently alcohol doesn't taste nice in itself. So there's so many nice things. Really try them out, because I was just like, no, I'm just gonna like stick to like soda. Find some more fun things to drink, and then you also don't feel as much as an outsider. Like, I'm not saying it's bad if you drink soda or Capri Suns, but I just feel a lot better when I have something that's also cool. Like, it doesn't stand out as much, especially when you're in a situation where you might get question a lot. Something that I've learned over time is to know my limits and not stay at a party because I feel like I have to. If I'm uncomfortable being at a party because people are drunk and people are acting weird, I'm not gonna stay there to please someone else. If I'm not having a good time, I'm going home. If you're only really being sober for a period of time, then definitely try and avoid certain settings, or maybe even certain people for the time being, because you know that they might be not very accepting of your decision. Like I said, my friend group is amazing and no one questions me going home earlier. The only thing is that they like me to leave as late as possible so that they can get a ride to town, like to go to a bar or something. People really love having a designated driver. Like, even though some people might make comments about you not drinking, they will not be making comments when you're giving them a ride. A lot of my friends have really enjoyed the comfort of knowing that they will always get home no matter what, because they have a safe ride and a sober person that will take care of them and will get them home. And also the thing about being sober, you get a lot of funny stories, and it's hilarious to be able to tell someone what they did last night when the person doesn't even remember. One of the funniest moments that I've had in one of my friend groups was one of my friends just talking absolute shit when she was like wasted. Also be prepared that people are gonna challenge you, and people are gonna make assumptions, people are gonna jump to conclusions about why you're not drinking. I have quite an innocent look, so people always assume that I'm religious, or that I, you know, that I grew up in a really strict family or something like that. Something that I always make a point to do is to still take part in, you know, drinking games and still, you know, be active in whatever is happening. People will usually try and accommodate to make the drinking game work with you included. And if you play like, you know, like those card games or like Ring of Fire or whatever, I don't know what the young kids play nowadays, it doesn't really make a difference. And whenever I play beer pong with people, no one ever has an issue drinking more beer or like drinking my cups or whatever. Lastly, just don't be embarrassed about not drinking. If you feel better about making up an excuse, you know, do whatever floats your boat. Different things are going to work for different people, and I've been lucky enough to not have to, you know, have too much of an issue just being like, no, I don't drink. Definitely in the UK, it's harder. It's a lot harder. This is where I've had my actual clashes with people over it, but in Norway, I've never really had like an issue. I've been called weird like loads of times, but just be prepared. Like, people are gonna say weird shit, but it's also, you're at a party, people are drinking, they're gonna say stuff they don't mean. Don't worry too much about it. Like, most people are gonna be good. Like, most people are good people. And just as a general rule in life, like, surround yourself with good people that aren't gonna judge you for stupid stuff like this. If they have a problem with you being sober, imagine how many other things they're gonna have a problem with. If people are judging you, they're not your friends and you should leave. Okay, so I like to look at myself as an advocate for normalizing not drinking. So if you have any questions or anything at all, that like, if you needed help or advice or something at all, like, feel free to message me or comment down below if it's not private. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up, and I shall see you tomorrow with a new one. Keep up the good vibes. Bye!